Bullet, Dovetail, Acela Express, and it's on the northeast corridor. Right, another day, another dollar. Take the morning commuters into New York via Newark, starting at Trenton. What are we on? 80 limit. Let's turn cruise on somewhere. Where is it? Cruise control on. Power on. Into cruise control. Is there anything I've not driven in Train Sim? No, I've driven all of it. It's quite a number of times. How big is this route, Andrew? Any pretty good actually. It is pretty large. Headlights needs to be on. Oops, no. With fixed ditch lights. It's up to 80. Passenger view, folks. This is new. The Acela finally, whoops, gets a passenger view. An epic. No, the passenger view is modelled so that you look forward. It's not. It's just there is no passenger view behind. Track IR just ignores the limits that are placed on the camera. What you'll find is the camera is sort of limited as to where it can go, so that you don't see that. The destination display is working. Nope. I need to turn them on. We are going to Newark. Croydon, Bristol, what, eh? There's a key for doing this and I can't remember what it is. That's it. We're now NYC Penn bound. Oh, we've got 120. I can speed up. You can also switch these screens off around as well. Or even turn them off. Fly blind! Ah, no! $110 coming up. Left it braking a bit late there. Mini Metro, yeah, I've got Mini Metro, Mr. Train Cow. My son has it as well. I find it interesting that the Keystone Corridor and the Keystone Sub are different things. Is that right? Keystone. This is the Keystone Corridor, isn't it? No, this is the Northeast Corridor. Where is the Keystone Corridor? Keith Bridgie, thank you for the follow. Much appreciated. I hope Globbett's old enough to remember mini metros. Philly Harrisburg. Does that cross the Keystone Sub then? Oh, it's arrow straight this bit. Better get ready to pump the speed up or I'll get in trouble with the viewers again. Going to 110 drop again in a minute. You just bought 4 new DMUs in a shed. Nice. It's that shed to put them in. What do you want, the train fan who has everything? A shed to put them in. Wow, it is sort of, wow, that's a straight line. Oh, it tilt works as well. Excellent. Notice the coach is tilting. As they come out of the curve, you can see the coach come back off the tilt. It's really interesting, this train, because the loco doesn't tilt, but all the coaches do. Right, we've got 120 coming up. Isn't that what 921s and Mark 4s were going to do originally? Yeah, I think they were going to take that because they took a lot of technology from the APT, but I guess the tilt was one of the bits that didn't go down very well. So I guess they wanted to refine it, and tilt never really then came back until the Pendolino. Am I in a train, Keith Bridgie? No, I'm not. Just got a green screen. $90. Slowing down further to 80 in a minute. We're still running on greens. No, I don't have the Xbox controller in. Yeah, this is actually just a screenshot from inside the game. That's Moggy's wiper form, yeah, absolutely. Hey, Jupy, welcome. Push up to 90. Up to 110 shortly. Hey, couple of them out. Yeah, I remember him being on a stream of yours, I think, before. Yeah, welcome, Jupy. Could we convince you, Jupy, to make a route that will go on to Steam, though? That's the trick. We want to get Dutch route on Steam, and we need great Dutch people to do it. Right, we get pushed up to 110 shortly. So get all the permissions for the stuff that you're using, Koplopamau. You might need to make a new route rather than an existing route so that you can keep control of the permissions, talk to people. And then once you've done that, you can upload it all onto Steam as a third-party route for sale. It wouldn't go on Workshop. But I'm thinking about actually what I want to get is a Dutch route for sale, because then you can have all the custom assets. Once you've got one Dutch route available for sale that's got lots of assets in it, then you can create a sea of other Dutch routes which can go up on Workshop, and the community can get involved in that then. But you need that one route. That's the problem. Then you have no Dutch trains. Well, let's solve one problem at a time. Let's solve one problem at a time. The problem is that no Dutch trains are being put on Steam because there's no Dutch route to put them on. We're going Acela. Well, I guess we won't get Dutch on Steam then. Oh, coming up on Railway. That's the merging from the North Jersey coastline. Dark Age on Portuguese trains and routes. That would be interesting, wouldn't it? A chicken or egg scenario. Not so much. I mean, it's pretty much the route that drives it. Because the route is a significantly bigger project than the locos. Keith Bridgie, do I do any Newcastle scenarios? I have done in the past, yes, because Newcastle's in one of the routes, Newcastle to York. What about Chris Train's locos for sale on Steam? Well, that's a conversation that could be had. That's down to what whether Chris Trains wants to do that or not. But that's a conversation that can be had. But until there's a route there, there's little point having the conversation. GP, you rock. I'd love to get something Dutch on Steam. .7 miles now to Newark. Right, dropping to 55, cut the power, cut the cruise control, apply the brake. Still on. Oh, cruise control's still on. Hang on. I'm gonna get coffee straight, shall I? Yeah, I'm gonna make a cup of tea in a minute. Okay, cruise control back on. Set the level to 100. Put power on. Typical. Coming up on Newark now. Should you spend money in the sale or wait for TSW DLC? Well, there's no TSW DLC announced. It's up to you, really. Remember, your current TS isn't going anywhere. The 3B is Michael Whiteley is the provider, your folder you'll find it in. Right, in fact, I think at this point I'm going to kill the cruise control. Dropping to 35, that brings us into Newark Penn, which is our first stop. Oops. Right, that's us in, about 30 seconds early. GG me. Next station is New York City, Penn Station. So Acela rolling through there. Hey, Stephen. Right, 35. Got 10 miles now for Penn, so I'm going to stick the cruise on. Set our target speed up for 30, about there. Power on. It's now 60. Yeah, the passenger view is gorgeous, isn't it? I think my detail settings might be turned down for something else, so I think that's why some of the stuff might be missing. I need to check my detail settings. I've ever travelled on a Dutch train? No, I've never been to the Netherlands. I've driven through the Netherlands, I think. No, I haven't. I haven't even driven through the Netherlands. No, never been to the Netherlands. So, shame on me. I do keep threatening that one day I'll come and visit, because I used to drive the Dutch routes in MSTS quite a lot. Drop the speed down to 60 if it doesn't get there of its own accord. Oh, not quite aggressive enough on that speed reduction, never mind. Besides, Koplopper, could we not do the Class 76 or 77 and the those Dutch wagons you had the other day for a train, and then do that on Dutch Flats on is it Marias Pass? There you go. Got a train, a loco, some wagons, and a place to run it. What more do you need? I think this is Secaucus. Yeah, go ahead and do this. That's a good point, Arnold. I'd forgotten about that. Steam are doing their awards. Go and nominate Train Sim for some awards. You know you want to. I don't think they have a most expensive DLC award, but find a different one. Gouger, no, I didn't. Couple of them out. The way that it normally works if you're using DTG assets is that you arrange a deal with the third-party team, and then they'll give you the assets. You just put them in your own folder and use them, so that you then are not dependent on those routes. Particularly if you're using something nasty like the European Asset Pack. That's just a horrifically bad idea. Never use the European Asset Pack. We're going underground. Oh, nice, Gouger. I'll have to take a look at that. Can you whisper me a link to it? Because I lost the link. A couple of them they can show you how to do it. They've done it before with other routes. Like Wherry Lines had exactly the same issue. And it depended on, I think, 3 or 4 bits of DLC, and they showed how to change it over. It's not an insurmountable task. No, they wouldn't want to give the DLC away for free. Otherwise, your route would have to account for all of that. It would mean your route would have to be, $24.99 times however many bits of DLC you need. No one wants that. You're probably not using all the offsets though, are you, Koplopomau? And you're not using the route itself, the content folder where the track is? No, Wherry Lines went through it, like I said, and they used about 5 bits of DLC, and I don't think it was that painful. You can just open the files and do search and replace. I think it's that simple. Does it matter if you use it as a base? Not really, no. Because what will happen is the bits that you've used as the base will be part of the assets you copy over, and then you go to the root properties and you just repoint it to the new asset. That's easy to fix. I did that for DJ SB on his route because he'd used, he created all of his own stuff for the route, and then when he wanted to upload it to Workshop, to Steam Workshop, it wouldn't work obviously because it required its own asset folder. It took me about 30 seconds to fix that. Copy all those assets into one folder, and using one of those any one asset, you end up having to load the entire folder structure and all of its assets. That's a really bad idea. Less than 50 hours until you hit 3,000. Awesome. You're very close to 1337 hours. GG. Right, we're coming into Penn Station. Whoops. Yeah, if you've got any ideas specifically what routes you kind of like to train, Guy, I can certainly try and help out narrow it down for you. There's a gap issue with the Ampleets fixed. I believe it is Raspberries, yeah. Woohoo! Got 978. Give me that Glod! Give me that Glod! Come on, you know you want to do it. Boom, boom, boom! Oh yeah! Look at me! How skillful can I get? I can put it in cruise control and sit back and have a nap. Hey! The other reason that files are copied rather than being cross-referenced is that if you cross-reference, and that's what happened with the old rail simulator, the European assets folder, you had just one big glob of assets that all the things that the routes at the time were using. What it meant was that you couldn't change anything in there, because if you changed anything, everything that depended on it needed to be checked. So that's why every route has its own set of things, so that they can do what they like to them. They can change them, resize them, mess about with colours and textures, replace them for different assets, and no one cares. Every route stands on its own, whereas what was happening is every route was looking the same, because they were all using the same assets. And you couldn't change them, you couldn't tweak them. They did try it once, rescaling some stuff to fix some issues, and broke a load of routes, so they had to undo it. So having all the assets in one folder saves disk space but creates a massive load of problems, whereas separating them out fixes all of the problems but does use extra disk space. It's unfortunate, but right, okay folks, that is the end of trains. Coming up next, the vote was for Transport Fever versus Planet Coaster, and Transport Fever won 25 votes to 14. So I guess we're going to be doing some Transport Fever. I'm going to have a quick personal needs break before we get started. So yeah, bear with me. I'll be right back. I'll do the theme tune first, and then I'll put it into the Matt Plays starting soon. See you in a minute.